obviously turnovers will be the thing that got us in this game. Defensively, we got down early, but offensively, we kept putting the defense on the field in the first quarter. Backs against the wall, and then guys rallied up defensively, made plays, tackled, did a really good job. Held them to one of, I didn't know what it was, 1 of 14 on third down. Pretty dang good. But offense, we just can't manufacture enough right now. We just, we're limited in certain areas, and we can't manufacture a lot. And then obviously Spencer didn't play very well today. So turn the ball over like that, obviously you don't get a chance. We had a couple times there's a chance we could have scored and turned it over, didn't give ourselves a chance. But penalty wise, 20 yards in penalties and almost 38 minutes time of possession, 7 of 22 on third downs, not bad. Punted the ball well, covered well. Defensively, as I said, played really well for 3 quarters. But now that I scan it, pretty much comes down to turnovers.
We've seen the 4 interceptions Spencer Sanders before, but it's been nearly a year since, Baylor and all that stuff. Why do you think 4 interceptions came back tonight?
A lot of pressure, right? It's hard to throw when there's pressure on you.
Was the offensive line blocking for Spencer and also in the run game, was that one of the problems you identified with this one?
Excuse me, I'm not following you.
Sorry, was the offensive line, like you said, blocking with Spencer, but also blocking in the run game? Was that one of the problems with the offense today?
Well, we just didn't protect him very well and put him on the run a lot, and I think he hurt a few throws.
Could you get a feel? I know the first quarter got crazy fast.
Mm-hmm.
Could you get a feel with why it went off the tracks like that, and then what helped you turn it around on defense?
They hit us on a couple plays on defense, on offense, and then we turned it over, right? We gave them the ball one time on the 1 yard line, the 4 yard line, and then the other time on the 22 or something. So defensively, played pretty good, really, when you look at it. So gave him a 4 yard touchdown drive and then like a 20-something yard touchdown drive, and they only ended up scoring 28 points. So defensively, played pretty good, really good the last 3 quarters. But obviously, offensively, we couldn't get a lot going, and then we couldn't finish. But I'm going to come back to the turnovers. That was obviously the big deal.
Did you change anything on defense or just play better what you wanted to do?
Oh, they made a couple adjustments at halftime, but I think they just tackled better in the second half. And covered down pretty good.
Coming into the game, on the outside, some of us would have said that you guys stopping the run was maybe a big concern. They come out throwing the ball a lot. Was that against what you maybe expected?
That's really. I had the same thought, but when I was talking to them on the headphones, they said it's the same stuff they've done, pretty much the same stuff.
There were a couple of 4th and mediums in the second quarter that you elected to punt or take the field goal, and then in the second half you were going for those. What kind of changed there?
Well, when there's no reason to go for 4th downs in the second quarter and potentially dig yourself deeper into a hole. But then as the game goes on, the clock starts to work against us, and so we have to try to convert to keep things alive.
Health would obviously help along the offensive line, but what are some issues that you guys are facing there?
What's that?
On the offensive line, health would obviously help, but what are some other issues that you guys are?
We're playing musical chairs. Jason Brooks was playing the best offensive line we had the last 3 weeks, and he couldn't be here this game. So we're playing too many musical chairs.
Was there a message when you're down 28-0 and somehow you guys tightened up and kept in the game? Was there a message to the team, or did you ever sense panic, anything like that?
No, I thought they played good. Most of these guys, they're pretty well trained. They don't panic, and they understand that the other team's going to make plays, you're going to make plays, and they kept playing and rallying back, and we had a chance. I mean, I don't know what it was, or 7, 8 minutes ago, we threw an interception in the end zone. I mean, we score there, it's a one-score game. And then at that time, play calls become more difficult for the other team because you got to be a little careful. Well, it's like the last drive they had when Cobb jumped up and knocked the ball down. What if he catches that and runs it in? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different, but we just never could get over that edge.
When you talk about protecting Spencer, I'm guessing it became easier for them to maybe pin their ears back and come after him a little bit more once they got the big lead. Did y'all see? Did y'all see some stuff you
that
had
would
maybe
be
seen?
like the worst case scenario we could have set ourselves up for, was to allow them to, they were in a 4-score game, so now they can roll the dice more on their play calls. And we fought back and rallied back out of it and got ourselves in good position. Like I said, we had a chance to score there and make it a 1-score game, and we didn't get it done.
Could you guys sense that they were coming hard at that point with different, coming from different areas?
Yeah,
all
they
that
can
sort of
dial
stuff?
up a whole lot of different things. When you're in that position, it's a little bit easier to call it, and they can dial up different play calls.
Mike, this is a crazy game. We dominated 3 quarters.
Yeah.
We get beat 15 points.
The first one counts, unfortunately. They hit us on a couple good plays on offense, and as I said, we turned the ball over twice and gave them short fields. And then from that point on, yes, we played as good, if not better, football than they did, but unfortunately, they count the first quarter.
Was that full credit, Mike, to Levy and them for coming up with a really good plan offensively to hit you like that early, or could you have done some things differently on your
I
side?
mean, they hit us on a couple throws, but again, I'm going to go back to, I know they started on the 4-yard line on one drive, right? And the other one was on the 23 or the 30 or something. So you give them 2 short fields. So it makes it look a lot worse than it really was.
But they got 299 total. That's a lot of yards for 1 quarter.
No, yeah, no doubt, yeah. But, we're going to play 4 quarters. We ended up with 484 and they got 434. But unfortunately, I'm going to go back to the turnovers. I mean, that's what, if the turnovers just are really difficult, and that's, that's what happened.
Coach, do you feel like Spencer's health? Impacted his accuracy at all today?
Sure, yeah, but he's coming around. He practiced more this week. I mean, he didn't practice as much as what he normally would when he was healthy, but he practiced more. But he had a lot of pressure on him. He missed a few throws, but you're going to miss some throws. They had a lot of pressure on him, and when you get that much pressure on him, it's even more difficult. It's hard to stand back there and throw it, and when guys are flying all around you. He competed and made plays. He just had a couple throws that sure like to have back. Particularly the one going in down there when they fired the corner and the safety came all the way over the top and intercepted it. If he sees that, he shoots that ball in there, it's a touchdown. And most time he would, but he didn't see it that time.
Thank you.
You mentioned musical chairs. You mentioned playing musical chairs on the offensive line. That seems to have been an issue for the past few years. How do you get to is it luck? How do you get to a point where that's not an issue anymore?
You said it the last few years.
Yeah.
Well, I can't answer a question going back the last few years. I mean, I could be real obvious and say if we don't get guys injured, that'd help.
Yeah.
But, I mean, try to be nice. Just got a few guys beat up. So, unfortunately, we're down a few guys. And, it's you get down 3 scores and 4 scores, and then you're down some guys, and they can open up their playbook on defense.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, Mike, the first 2 interceptions, one was tipped. I think it was off Green's hands, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one was a miscommunication. We saw another miscommunication or 2 later. Is that lack of practice time? Is that a young receiver? What's going on there?
Oh, I mean, there's communication between the quarterback and the wideout. That scenario happens successfully way more than it happens unsuccessfully. But we were off base on that twice, and one of them cost us a touchdown. cost us a pick, and the other one almost cost us a pick. So we'll have to do a good job of looking and making sure that we're on the same page there. Maybe come up with a little bit cleaner answer than to take the risk that we were in today in that situation.
All good?